Good afternoon, everybody. Today on the Dusty Subaru, I'm resealing my center differential, and there's a couple of things I just wanted to kind of go over with everyone. I'm not doing this video to show you how to take it out, where they're located. There's other videos on YouTube for that. Just a couple of things I just want to make people aware of, that were made aware to me from my neighbor Joe, the veteran Subaru mechanic. One thing that you want to know, especially when you're using OEM seals, which, by the way, I'm looking for the other bag. What did I do with it? I just wanted to show you guys the part numbers so that you'll have it. Oh, here it is. So one's for one side, one's for the other. So now we have that's established. Everybody knows the part number. Good. There is, on these inner seals, an arrow. One's for the right, one's for the left. I don't know if you can see that arrow right there at the top. There we go. You can kind of make it out. Right next to it is an R, and then there's also an L, so right side, left side. These are directional, so we don't want to install them backwards. And basically the only other thing you're going to need, which if you go to any Subaru parts dealer and tell them that you're going to reseal your differential, they're going to give you both of these parts anyway. It's just this O-ring that sits in this groove here. One thing that you want to be sure of when you're removing these, to start with, I took a paint marker and marked that, and then I marked the case right next to it. I counted how many turns it took to remove this from the case, and in this case it was 6.75 turns. I took a roll pin punch and just smacked that one little tab right there, because I knew when I was going to clean it, the chemical would wear the paint off. So that way I still have a way of knowing how many turns I'm turning in. I had read around about different ways to remove these. Somebody mentioned an oil filter wrench. It basically has like 3 jaws, and you can extend it and tighten it. Just depends on how you're rotating. I chose a different route. This is actually a socket from AutoZone. It's just called a 4x4 hub socket. So you can see it's got 4 little tabs. It doesn't quite fit over the outside ring here, but what I can do with it is basically get half of it on, and then the other half of it, these other tabs, they're sitting on the inside of this here, but they're not touching the stub shaft, they're not touching the seal. The seal's actually further down, so it doesn't damage anything, and that's a good thing. So that's how I was able to remove these and install them. I don't know if there's anybody out there that's actually watching this that might have some insight. The bearing race on this side just slipped right out, so it just sits right down in there. I thought these were pressed because the other side didn't move, but I didn't really try to pull it out either. This side was actually spinning inside of its little housing here when I was cleaning it, so I just kind of took my fingers and pulled it out. I figured it's better to leave that race out of there while I'm installing the seal, just so I don't risk damaging the race. But other than that, when I go to install these, I just use a little bit of gear lube here. In this case it's 80W90. I should have been using 7590, but use what you got, and it's only such a minute amount. I don't believe it's really going to make a difference. I'm only really using this to lubricate stuff so that it goes together the way it needs to, smoothly. But I mean, other than that, I mean, that's pretty much it. It's really not that big of a job. It's actually more work to get the CV axle out than anything. So anyway, I just wanted to throw those little pointers out there in case people weren't really aware. And if you're doing this job, good luck, have fun, and don't cuss too much at it.